Hello and welcome to Bombombi's What Map for City Skylines. There are well over 20,000 maps on the workshop now, and so choosing the right one for your new city is a huge task. So every Wednesday and Saturday we'll review a few and hopefully find you the right one for your next build. Who am I? I'm Bombombi, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
And as it's Saturday, we've got 3 new maps to review, and today's first map is a place where you shouldn't have a picnic because you really will be getting sandwiches. Okay, right, that's where the jokes should end because they don't get any better. Well, this one, Nevada Desert, is by NerdSource, based obviously on the desert in Nevada, which is in the United States, of course, but you knew that. Okay, the resource is fairly simple. We've got big oil fields and that's about it really. A little bit of forestry, but not much to go on there. Now, what we got here is one of the few places of interest. It's an oasis and it's surrounded by desert, which is what makes it an oasis. Anyway, oasis. Now, the only other real point of interest would be the river. Now, the river's been built into what was the original river, and it's obviously been drained a little bit based on the Colorado River, I would suggest here, where it's used to be much larger and much wider. It's been drained with the great use, great need even for water from all the people in Vegas and everywhere else along the Colorado River. And anyway, yes, so we've got just a thin river running down the middle now instead of the torrent that it once was, but still very fertile along that ravine. Now, what have we got? Roads and railways. Now let's follow this one along because it's well, we've got the Cloverleaf Junction and the railway follows alongside of it, and then it bears off and wends its way to a place past the Wishbone Junction there and up a steep embankment. We'll look at that in a minute. And then it bears and crosses across the ravine, across the river there. Out the other side, down the hill, and then starts to make its way out of the map. Now, this road, you may have been able to tell from just travelling along it, isn't the best design. Let's go and have a look at a few of the problems. Like here, this is poor. It's just poor. It's been slapped down. In fact, the whole of this road here, look how steep that is. That's just horrendous. Now me, I would take that road around there or cutting through it. Here, one up, one down. The one that's down is going across level crossing. The one that's up is... I mean, why? Why? And then it drops down on the level. And then once again, we've got one raised, one running along the ground. And then it starts to climb, obviously, because of the steep embankment. But the train, on the other hand, has to cope with that steep embankment. Very, very poor. And then over here we've got split level. That's not too bad. I can deal with split level as we reach the bridge. I don't have a big problem with that at all. And then we come round, but once again these two aren't particularly well aligned, but we can deal with that. The Queen Elizabeth Bridge in London is not dissimilar to that. And then it drops down another steep embankment with this slaps down road. Once again, I think the NerdSource has just been concentrating more on the landscape rather than the roads, knowing that we will demolish them and rebuild them. But this one here also not so bad actually, because it's crossing the railway and we want to have a raised road across there, so I think we can tolerate that, although perhaps overkill with the actual length of it. And then we've got a few minor mountain ranges around the outside, and this little one down the middle, which enables you to have a quick look around at the sites. That's quite nice if you want to do a desert map. And here's the waterfall. So yes, if you want to do a desert map, this isn't the worst one out there, and certainly could be worth playing with. Maybe you like it more than me. I'm not particularly sold on it, but there are worse maps. There really are. So that's Nevada Desert by NerdSource. And next one up today will be Torchwood by Willhellmm. Maybe not that Willhellmm. But Willhellmm has created, I'm guessing he's a Whovian because Torchwood would be from Doctor Who. And the only thing Doctor Who-y about this is there's more land than there is sea, so it is bigger on the inside. And the resources, well, we've got fairly well split. Bottom right hand corner of the map is where most of your industry would be. A little bit of farming in the top left of the map and around the bay. How pretty is this? Once again, it's when you get the right colour set up, you can get some beautiful, beautiful scenery. Let's take that. I believe this is the Polynesian theme, and the sunlight is just crystal clear. There's no smokiness, there's no yellowness to the sun. It's just beautiful, and great views. Speaking of great views, here's the bay. We'll have a look at the bay from out at sea. Yeah, sandcastles, guys. That's what we want. Sandcastles. Now, shipping. Now, the problem with shipping here will be rebuilding the bridges. Because honestly, these bridges are too low. It's not the first time we've seen bridges that are too low. And this one is too low. I mean, look at this. Couldn't get a raft under that, could you? Let alone a major container vessel. And that's what we've got running along here. Shipping route. Now, if you're happy with this kind of thing, don't change it. Keep it exactly as it is. But I would be changing it. Now, on the edge of the map, the railway has this kind of like crisscross effect. You might want to tidy that up. Or you might want to leave it as it's in the fog. No one can really see it. And then the road comes in, joins the island across this bridge, and then cuts in and across the island with a little bit of swaying to and fro. It's not a big problem. In fact, the roads on this map are not that bad at all. May want a little tinkering with them, but honestly, more than adequate. And then we come down to the Wishbone Junction, and if you bear left, this one cuts across the island and will lead you to the exit. There she is, that ever so low bridge with another container vessel about to plough right through it. Oops. And then one more bridge and you're home. Now, if you carried on at that wishbone, you end up at this dead end, which is all raised for some strange reason. Back to the wishbone, and the railway kind of stops and then starts again. So that's one you'll have to decide how you wish to connect that up. And back to the beach, and what a lovely view. So anyway, that's Torchwood by Willhellmm. And if you want to do a nice tropical island map, definitely one for you. Nothing wrong with this map at all that a little tinkering won't fix. Anyway, what's the last one? Daimaru by Silvercat. Now, I have googled Daimaru and it appears to be a Japanese department store. Okay, now does that guy at the top there, on top of the telephone dial, does he look a little bit like a cartoon Donald Trump? Well, he does to me. Now, this map is rather complicated and pretty and odd, and I like it a lot, as you're about to discover. So anyway, yes, that's the resources. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the resources. You can see what's there and where the farmland is. Well, let's go and have a look at Daimaru. As we enter, we reach the Cloverleaf Junction, and down here this is where the iron ore is on that round bit. But yes, we've got a cemetery there, and then you'd be digging for ore on this. Strange, bizarre, lovely, brilliant. And to stop you from falling off, we've got a wall. Okay. And then past the abandoned factory. And up here. Now, I've got to be honest with you, this side of the map, I'm not sure what you'll do with it, apart from that little bit of mining. Most of this map is pretty difficult to work with. Yes, you could be creative and do stuff, and terraform, and make things work for you. But honestly, this side of the map is pretty much, well, it's great, but it's not a city building map. And down here, and hey, hang on to your hats, don't go falling off. A bit Machu Picchu around here, don't you think? I think that's one for you to look at, guys. Machu Picchu. Highway's a little out of sync around here, but still. And then off the map. Okay. What else have we got? Hang on. Where is this? No, that's the. Oh yeah, this side of the map. That's where we want to go. So much going on, I lose where I am. And now this time, when we come in from this angle, already we've got more places to build, and then we've got this huge, great big flat, perfectly flat plain, where we'll whiz around the outside, and some forestry to dig into here. We'll come back to this in a minute, because that's how I wish to conclude this tour. If we go this way, you'll see we've got more buildable area here, more forestry we can demolish, and to our left we've got what I'm going to call the Star Islands, because they're shaped like stars. I'm clever like that, you know. And distance there was the volcano. We'll look at that in a minute, and we'll follow this up here. Now this zigzags up the side of the mountain, and we get to the top, and there's more buildable areas here. Runs alongside of the big river, and back down the other side as we try and get across to the volcano. And then this road leads around the volcano and out and off of the map. Anybody want to have a look in the volcano? Yeah, me too. Let's go and have a look. Oh, look there. Ah, there's ore to be mined in that there volcano, you know. If you really want to run tracks up there for your trucks and your diggers. Now back, as I promised, back to here. And well, loads of building area here, and then there you've got this zigzag for putting your road up, one on each side. You get to the top here, we've got these big discs, once again buildable. And yeah, and then this dome disc in the middle, it's like a UFO. Ooh. And then this is where the rivers start, they drop down, but we're not dropping down the river just yet, because look at all this this land here. What would you do with this? I don't know. Lots of fun to be had there, I think. And anyways, this is where the river begins. Little waterfall on either side there, coming down off the big disc, and then very rapids down here, very rapids, and down to the bottom. And there's another water outlet river down here, which we won't bother following properly, because you know roughly where that's come from. And that's about it. That there, the only way to really review this is to go back to that view. Look at that. That is definitely Bon B's stamp of the week. So don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you again very, very soon for more What Map from City Skylines.